Hello everybody, it is a Saturday. We're getting prepared for a snowstorm. And I'm doing some cooking because there's some football game or something tomorrow. And I don't know, for me, it's all about the food. It's all about what we're eating, what we're snacking on, what we're having at halftime. And since my team didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Though, go Pennsylvania, go Philly. That's the best we got, right? So yesterday, I started you guys on an inclusion sourdough. Today, I'm going to show you how I put it in the oven to bake. I have my oven at 475. I'm going to turn it down when I pull out my Dutch oven. And this loaf sourdough is going to go in the Dutch oven and bake for like 35, 40 minutes. This has been resting. It is in its bowl with its towel. It is beautiful. And so I'm going to show you how we get this to a loaf of bread we can eat at the table. Put that over there. Okay. So this is the inclusion loaf. It does have, I don't know if I can get close enough. There, you can see it now. It has everything but the bagel seasoning in it. And it has risen, it has done its thing. It's now ready to go in the oven. So let me grab the Dutch oven. Like I said, my oven is at 475. I'm turning it down. I don't know what just fell, but hopefully it wasn't anything critical. Oh, it was just my light, and well, it could be critical. Hold on a minute, guys. Technical difficulty. There we go. Hopefully that didn't move the camera too much, and I'm sorry if it did. So I'm pulling my Dutch oven out of the hot oven, and that's going to sit there. I'm going to leave the lid over here, and then scoochy lemon. Now, when you put a loaf in, you can either use parchment or a silicone sling. I like my sling, so I'm going to literally dump. And I did put some of the seasoning on the top. And that's going to go right in the middle of that circle. Put that out of the way. And then I have this cool little razor blade tool. It's just a bent razor blade. But sourdough has to have air vents. So, how do I want to attack this? I'm going to do a heart because it's Valentine's Day coming up, and this is going to a love of mine in Tampa areas, Clearwater, St. Pete actually. So I'm going to do a heart, and then I am going to do what's called an ear. That's the loaf of sourdough that you see the big cut in that's very separated. That needs to happen too. So I'm going to do that low on mine just because I did a heart. And the ear you cut a little deeper than the heart got cut. Done. Lift. Place. Say a Hail Mary. Grab your hot mitts because this is hot. Open the oven door so you're prepared. You want to take as many steps to be prepared as you can. And I am intentionally putting my lid on this way because that way it slides between the element in the oven. And in she goes. Do your magic. Hail Mary. Okay. One done. We have a number of things we're doing today. The next thing we're going to do is easy pickles. So I already have my cucumbers and onion and garlic all cut up in a container. I actually have 2 of them. This one has the same amount of onion, but the onion in this one is on the bottom. And if you've never had pickled red onion, it's amazing. And it's so easy, so easy. So I have hot pickle juice, brine, in my container here. Whew, that is hot. This has cider vinegar, white vinegar, water, pickling spice, some peppercorns, some dill, and that is it. So all I'm going to do is pour it right into my container, covering my pickles. Covering my pickles and dripping on the counter. That's okay. Those are covered. These are covered. And we're going to get that lid off the counter. Grab some paper towel because we had a spill. I guess I need to put paper towel at my station because I didn't think of making a mess. And then I'm just going to close it up. Let it sit on the counter until it cools before I put it in the fridge. Because somehow that's how the magic happens when I make pickles. It could be different for you. The cucumbers I used for this are just those baby cucumbers you can buy at the store. The pickling spice you can buy at the store. And most of us have white vinegar and cider vinegar in our house. If not, you can just use cider vinegar, add some sugar, and it's good to go. And we'll have pickles in a couple hours, but they're better tomorrow. Okay, the next thing, and yes, this is how I cook. I make lots of things going on at once, and that's going to drive me to drink. So I have roasted red peppers on the barbecue grill. I'm actually not going to use these, but I wanted to tell you how I did it. I literally just took red peppers and put them on the grill, let them get all nice and charred, put them in a bowl with a cover. When they get cool enough to handle, not right now, you're literally going to just break them apart, keeping as much of the char as you can, because that's like really good flavor. But if there's anything not charred, peel that skin off. The meat is what you want. Throw the stem of and the seeds away, and then put them into a jar with olive oil. And these are roasted ones I did, I don't know, a while ago. But I'm going to show you a great dip you can make with those roasted red peppers. These will have to sit longer. Okay, cutting board. So with my roasted red peppers, I am going to pull them out. And I'm not going to use the oil. I just want the peppers. So you just take them out onto the cutting board. Okay. And I'm going to actually grab another paper towel. You know what? Let's just be done with this. Okay. The learning curve moving into a new location in your kitchen. Okay, so I'm just going to blot these because I don't want all that liquid. You're making a dip, you don't want a soup. Okay, so now they're blotted, and they're still wet, guys. They're not going to be dry, but they're drier than they were. I've gotten up a lot of the goop, a lot of the oil, and that's all you put them in with is just olive oil. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, we're gonna put that right there. And salt. Hold on 1 minute. Here's my salt. Okay. Now, this says Italian herbs on it. Italian herbs and Mediterranean herbs are about the same. Oregano, basil, very similar. So this is what I use. I try not to have doubles and things like that in my kitchen. And I'm just going to take my knife. And these are really soft. You don't have to attack them. I probably could have just mushed them with the fork, truthfully. They're all mushed up into my bowl. And then I'm just going wipe that because I need that for another thing. Wipe up this. And into this, before I add anything else, I am going to add my salt that has herbs in it. It smells wonderful. I'm going to add cumin because that makes the day. I'm going to add some of my roasted garlic that I have here as my little container. I just took some out and got it up to room temperature so it was easier to work with. And you just want a little garlic. You don't need a ton. There we go. Okay. Fork. Mush that all together. Get everybody happy. And then some sour cream. Sour cream. And I'm going to leave that because I need that for something else. Mayonnaise. And I use Hellmann's. Use whatever makes you happy. Don't judge. Put that to the side. And this can be served with toasted pitas if you want to make your own pita chips. You can buy pita chips. This can be served with like nacho kind of chips, Doritos, corn tortillas, whatever you want. Veggies. This is a great dip with veggies. And spoon. And obviously this is not all set together, but I'm just checking for spices. Needs more cumin, which is fine. I'm not surprised. This needs to be heavy, a heavier dip on the cumin, because it just really works with the peppers. And there we go. Dip number 1 done. And I just heard my alarm go off for my other project. This is how I cook, guys. I do 15 projects at once. Lid. And lid is on. Okay, so one dip done. My other project I'm working on, I'm sure you saw my bowl. Ta-da! I'm doing stretch and folds. And I did want to show you guys this, so it's kind of divine timing, right? So here's my dough. I mixed it, I don't know, noontime. You now have to do what's called stretch and folds. Pull the dough up. My dough is not as sticky as it was. It has some strength to it. And I am going to show you what I have been doing lately to get really good results. Stretch and folds can be done, coil folds can be done, or a slap fold, which when I'm working with a bigger quantity of dough, which this is a double batch, that's what I have found works really well. So you literally take your dough, bottom down, slam it in there. Rotate your bowl, get your dough up. Oop, I got red pepper in the dough. That's always helpful. Scoop it up. And come on, thank you. Pull it up, slap it down, fold, rotate. And it just makes the dough come together really well. That was a good one. That was loud. And it lets you have the ability to get it to start to take a little shape. And there we go. Now this dough has one more set of stretch and folds to do. And then it'll go into this bowl with the lid loose on it, and it'll rest. It'll bulk ferment for 6 to 8 hours. I don't know. Depends on how long it takes to double in size. It will fill this bowl. At that point, I will divide it and put it into the basket that you just saw me take the other dough out of. Cover it and let it sit in a cold spot. Fridge, porch, wherever you can put it that's cold. I tend to do it in the fridge, but if I've got no space in the fridge, it's cold enough outside, it'll go on the porch. And it will bulk ferment overnight. I mean, it'll bulk ferment for 6 to 8 hours, and then it'll rest and raise and ferment more in its baskets until tomorrow when I will bake it. So that, my friends, is today's dough. That has one more stretch and fold before she goes to get chilled out and relaxed. Little spa treatment kind of thing. Sure. Next dough, oh, goodness. Next dip I'm going to make, and I am going to totally cheat because this jar is almost empty. This container is almost empty, is my salsa dip. I have friends who requested this, and I need to get, yuck. Okay. Salsa. Well, I'm going to walk you through it because that salsa was funky. It smelled funny. Salsa dip is a little mayonnaise, sour cream, little cumin, a little like Southwestern seasoning, salsa, mix it together, put the lid on, let it rest. It's an amazing dip. I don't have another jar of salsa right now, or I would show you. But that salsa was yucky. The final thing I'm going to do is called baba ganoush. It's just an eggplant dip, my friends. That's all it is. It's simple. It's easy. Oh, come on, guys. Okay, so I have my bowl and my eggplant. I roasted my eggplant same time I did my peppers on the barbecue grill. Simple and easy. And before the storm came today, it was warm enough to do that out on the porch. And now I have my 2 roasted eggplants. You are going to want to be careful of the liquid because that kind of gets messy. 1, 2. Put that over there. And now I'm going to just take my knife, run it down the eggplant, open it up. So you can see the inside meat is all soft. I'm at this point going to just cut that top off so that I'm not fighting with that, because all you're doing is scraping the meat out. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Cut it open, all nice and soft. Cut that end off so you're not fighting with that. And whew, that is hot. Spoon, basic. And I just scrape it like you would an avocado. Anything you want to leave the skin behind in, basically. So avocado, this, you just scrape it off the skin because it has cooked and it's nice and roasted now. And it comes right off the skin. Empty skin. The meat goes into my bowl. I'm going to repeat the process with the rest of it. And the nice thing about this dip is it doesn't need any fancy machine. It doesn't need a chopper. It doesn't need a Cuisinart. It doesn't need anything. You just scoop it out, break it up. And I'm doing 2 of these. So let's get the other one in there, and then I will show you what we add to it to make baba ganoush, which is just a fun word to say and a fancy name for eggplant dip. A lot of times names can scare us. Oh my gosh, that's so difficult. Really, it's not, guys. not, I promise. I sometimes think that the cooking world wants to keep the non-cooking world out of their kitchens, is what I think. And that doesn't seem fair with all the amazing things we can eat in life and cook to not do it. Okay, we got 2 eggplant in the bowl. And you're just gonna mash it up. You don't need to do anything fancy. And into that goes garlic. And again, this is my roasted garlic with oil. There we go. Lemon juice. Handy dandy lemon squeezer. Squish. One. Oh, goodness. There we go. And some tahini. Tahini is just sesame seeds pureed. So it's kind of like sesame seed butter. You just kind of got to stir it up because it gets a little separated. The tahini goes into like this and hummus. A lot of Mediterranean dishes have tahini. That should be enough. Cumin. And my salt with the seasonings in it. Mix that up. And I just mushed my garlic so that it's not big hunks of garlic in your dip. And because it's roasted, it mushes really nicely, or, you know, mashes down really nicely. And when I serve this, I would just put a little parsley on it, fresh parsley cut up. But again, if you don't have it or you're not going back out because of the snowstorm, you can just eat it like this. And there you have baba ganoush. Ooh, that's still hot and steamy. That, my friends, are 3 easy dips. One I didn't get to show you, I'm sorry. In about 15 minutes for tomorrow, for Valentine's Day, for any time you want. They're easy. Dips are fun. It's a way to get other veggies into your life. It's a way to get other tastes into your life. This could be spread on a pita with some chicken and made into a sandwich. This could be eaten with a salad. This has many uses. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I will post pictures of the finished bread when it comes out. Have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.